Here we go. At this point, you've probably asked, what data does the blockchain actually store? All of this theory is nice, but how does it actually work in practice? The truth is that there are many different blockchains that exist, and the data they store depends on which blockchain we're talking about. Let's use the Bitcoin blockchain as an example. In case you've been hiding under a rock, Bitcoin is what popularized blockchain. We have the Bitcoin blockchain that's used for sending and receiving a digital currency known as Bitcoin. We'll talk about other cryptocurrencies and dive a little deeper in a later video. But to be clear, Bitcoin is both a blockchain and a currency that uses that blockchain. This distinction will be important as we learn more about the different applications of blockchain. All right, moving along. Bitcoin is used for financial transactions. Like any currency, we need to know where the money is coming from, who it's being sent to, and of course, the amount that's being sent. BTC here refers to the Bitcoin currency, just like USD refers to American dollars. So with Bitcoin, a block's data contains a group of these transactions. That's exactly what the blockchain stores. Kind of like a spreadsheet that keeps track of how the currency is moving around from person to person. Just like spreadsheet files, blocks keep track of the latest transactions that are going to be saved on the blockchain. But remember, blocks are immutable. Once they've been added to the blockchain, they can't be changed. So how do we add transactions? Well, it's when a block is being created that we can add transactions to that block. But creating a block requires validating that those new transactions being performed are valid. For example, if Elizabeth is sending Bitcoin to Ripley, she needs to have the amount of Bitcoin that she's sending in order for the transaction to be valid. This process of creating and validating a block is hard work. So, to motivate people to help out with block creation, the person who makes the block gets rewarded with a small amount of Bitcoins for themselves. This process of rewarding people for validating transactions is called mining. Mining because it introduces new resources into the blockchain. Just like mining for gold introduces new gold into our economy. So how are these transactions added to an immutable blockchain? When the block is filled up with transactions, those transactions are saved into that new block. Everything is fully verified, and that block is added to the blockchain. Those transactions are now settled forever. Think about that. Each block can have hundreds or even thousands of transactions. And because we have groups of transactions that each live in separate blocks, our data is distributed across the entire blockchain. Each block only contains part of the history of the blockchain. The most recent block will always include the most recent transactions. That's how the whole thing is broken down. Now, don't just take my word for it. There are many sites that allow us to navigate the real-life Bitcoin blockchain online. And that's exactly what we'll do in the next video. I'll see you there.